Hi, good day. My name is Muhammad Khanif Bawaransa, and today I'll be doing my assignment on educational psychology and the relevance in the classroom. The term educational psychology refers to a specific discipline that is concerned with the understanding and improving how students acquire a variety of capabilities through instructions in the classroom setting. Educational psychology revolves around three things: the teacher, the learner, and the learning process. So the teacher needs to play his role properly in the process of education. For the learner, educational psychology teaches different techniques of knowing the learner. And then learning processes is knowing the learner and deciding on what type of learning experience that ought to be provided for that particular learner. How do educational psychology affect learning and teaching? So first we need to know the learner, early identification and intervention, and guidance and counseling offered for the students as well as parents. So in this scope, we had five different units. In unit one, we learned about schools of psychology, and the different types that we have is structuralism, functionalism, and behavioralism. So in unit two, we dealt with the different theories of learning. So here are some different theorists and their understandings. So Watson, John Dewey, and Jerome Bruner. Jerome Bruner stated that educational psychology that is advocated for discovery learning. He wanted teachers to create problem-solving environment that would allow students to question, explore, and experiment. So instead of presenting the information to students, such as talk and chalk, a learning environment should be created where the student could discover facts. Unit 3 dealt with intelligence. The theory that appealed most to me was Steenberg's theory of intelligence. Steenberg described different kinds of intelligence in his model. The first one was analytical thinking, which is compensal, componential, and creative thinking, which is experiential. Unit 4 dealt with multiple intelligence, emotional intelligence, and learning styles. So the different styles that we have is visual learning style, that is where the learner learns with their eyes visually; auditory learning style, where the learner learns with their ears by hearing; and tactile style. This is where learners like to make things with their hands, where they work with their hands mostly. Unit 5 is the knowledge of the development of a child. So in this unit, we use Bronfenbrenner's model to explain this to us. Right in the middle, we have the individual, then we have the microsystem, the mesosystem, exosystem, and macrosystem. So these are all factors that are affecting the child. So the next thing we look at is the barriers that has an effect on the child. So the first thing is the education, second one is systemic, third one is social, which is community support system, xenophobia, and environmental factors. Next, we looked at how we can support learners with learning disabilities and difficulties. So the first thing is make learning participative, right? Let learners be in groups so that they can all help each other. Encourage peer learning. Let somebody that is more academically advanced help somebody that is less academically advanced. Break tasks down into smaller steps. So instead of giving a child a question paper with 10 questions, let them focus on one question at a time. Okay, so in our classrooms, we will also deal with learners that suffers from ADHD. Um, and to help these learners, we can make changes in the classroom to help minimize the distraction and disruption of ADHD. For example, we can seat these learners with ADHD away from the windows and doors so that they're not distracted with the things happening outside. So, worksheets for students with ADHD. We need to create worksheets with tests with fewer questions so that it's shorter for them so that they don't need to concentrate as long. And then we can test students with ADHD in a way that they do best, such as orally or filling in blanks, where these learners can come up to the desk and the teacher can fill in these words while they orally present it.